everybody, welcome back to my channel. I appreciate you all tuning back in. If this is your first time watching my videos, thanks for watching. If you've been watching my previous videos, welcome back. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. I'm going to be putting a video up at least once a week from now on throughout the remainder of my weight loss journey. So again, thanks for watching. I had a lot going on this week. My youngest son turned 16 yesterday, which was really good. Had a good day. He had a little outing with his friends, so we had a good time. On the weight loss side of it, not such a good week. So I was just trying to get a gauge on how things were going with my approval process. Well, not even the approval process. I was just trying to see how much out of pocket I had left to pay for my surgery. So I contacted my insurance company. I think it was yesterday. Yeah, I think it was yesterday morning. And to my dismay, they hadn't gotten any of the claim information for most of the stuff that I have been paying so far into the surgery. So I had to talk to the rep. She took her a little while to figure some things out. We had some other stuff that they had inputted wrong. So we got some. So I was on the phone for about a half an hour with the insurance company. Then when I got off with them, I called my surgery center to figure out what was going on their end. So to make a long story short, and it probably won't be, it's probably going to end up being long anyway. I have a $2,500 deductible through my insurance company, and then everything else will be covered. So everything, but I was required to do the 6 months of the weight management with the dietitian, which I knew that was not covered by my insurance, even though they were requiring it. They weren't going to pay for it, so I was paying that. That wasn't a lot. It was under $300 when it all came down to it. Then I had my psych eval, paid a nice little penny for that, but that was supposed to be covered by my insurance, but they hadn't got a claim for that. So that was probably the main one that didn't take a nice little chunk off of what I was going to have to pay for the remainder of the surgery and everything, all the other fees. So when I called, I was really disappointed because my patient advocate, I didn't feel was advocating for me. So I mentioned to my husband last week when I went by to pick up my meal replacements, how she let me go back further than that. When we first met her, which was on the day that I had my consultation with my surgeon, really didn't care for her. She has no bedside manner. Not that she has, that's just for a lack of a better word. I can't think of a better word for it right now. She has nothing to do with caring for patients. She's strictly administrative. But she just has, I guess maybe a better word would be no personality. She was just kind of matter of fact. She's all about numbers, and that's pretty much it. Okay. Like, okay, fine. I don't need you to be touchy-feely or whatever. She was courteous. But when I went in last week, she really kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Just with her demeanor. I won't say it changed. I'll say that she actually showed her demeanor. She's not the nicest person. She doesn't seem to have any empathy for other people. Not really concerned with your thoughts or concerns. It's just all about numbers for her. So that kind of rubbed me the wrong way last week. But I'm like, I don't deal with her that often at all. I knew I would only have to really deal with her at least one more time, and that was I don't even think I have to deal with her for my approval. I just have to deal with her one more time to make my final payment for my surgery. So I'm like, okay, we're fine. So I had to call her. So I called yesterday, and I ended up having to talk to her to figure out what's going on with their end and the fees and the information is being reported to my insurance company so that I can receive the proper credit for all these visits that I have had to make, the specialists I've had to see, and make sure that that's going to be counted towards my overall cost. And she was just she was downright rude. I'll say that. She was rude. She was like, doesn't have anything to do with me. You need to contact these people. Did you call them? I'm like, well, you're my patient advocate and you're the one who gave me the fees and what the breakdown is. So that's why I'm contacting you. Well, you need to contact this person specifically. You need to contact this person specifically. That's not my job. You need to do that. And I'm like, okay. So she gave me the numbers that I needed and she transferred me over to one. I talked to the dietitian side, the person who's the head of that department, and I don't know if I told you guys before that everything is in-house with my surgery center, with the exception of the cardiologist that I had to go see. Everything was in-house. The fitness, the dietitian, the psychiatrist, all that stuff was in-house. So when she's like, that's not my job, you need to go, but you're all in-house and you're the one who sent me to them, but okay, fine, I'll contact them. So I talked to the guy who's over the dietitian side, and he was awesome. He's the only person that I got, and I spoke to 3 different people yesterday at my surgery center. He's the only person who actually was able to explain to me a little bit better about what was going on as far as my account. He had took the time, and he didn't have to take the time to go through my entire account to look at what. All he really had to do was take care of the dietitian side, but he took the time out of his day, and I appreciate that. It was only about 10 minutes tops for him to sit there and explain to me what was going, what he could see, and I really appreciate that. I did thank him. I told him, that he was the only one who took the time to even try to see if I could understand what was going on. So I really appreciate that. Then I had to contact the therapist in reference to her portion. I did hear back from her last night, and she did apologize. She said she's not sure why the claim didn't go through. She didn't get any notification that they had kicked back or whatever, so she resubmitted her claim last night. So hopefully I'll check probably tomorrow to make sure that they've gotten the claim. I know it won't be processed yet, but I'll make sure they've gotten it, so we can get that over with. So I felt a little bit better about where things were going, but I was really, really upset and I was concerned. And then after talking to the insurance lady, I did find out that a lot of what I've paid out of pocket to date is I'm not going to get credit for it to go towards my out-of-pocket maximum, which is the $2,500. So I was really kind of bummed yesterday because I'm not rich. My husband and I are not rich people. We're working people. We both work a lot of hours, and I've picked up a lot of extra hours to offset the cost of the surgery, so that it won't affect the household. You know what I mean? So to find out, essentially, when I thought that I was halfway there and I only had to pay another maybe $1,500, to find out that I'm going to have to pay a whole another $1,000 towards it, which would make it about $3,500 out of pocket once I finish, was really a downer yesterday. It was really a bummer. I was really kind of bummed out. I told my husband, I was like, you know what? It's almost like I feel like I'm not even going to be able to have the surgery when I'm supposed to, because now I got to figure out how to get these extra. I got to find extra on top of extra hours to come up with this extra $1,000, which is, I don't have that kind of, it's hard because I don't have that kind of time to get it in right now. So it's just, I was just really bummed yesterday, and I was just like, I'll go ahead, and once they call me with my approval, I'll have to see how long I can push it out. Hopefully I can push it out for another month and then get it done, because that should be enough time for me to come up with the additional $1,000 that I wasn't aware that I was going to have So I was just bummed because, I've been watching my videos. I've been really anxious to get this over with. I've been in this process now for, as far as this, with my surgery center, for 7 months. Almost 8. It'll be 8 months next week. Well, on the 1st. Yeah, next week. It'll be 8 months. But I've been in this process since for almost a year. So since about August, late August, early September, I've been in the process of, preparing for this surgery and trying to get everything together. So it's just, it's a very long process, and I just was feeling really, really bad yesterday. I really wanted to cry most of the day. I was able to get through without crying. I didn't eat. I didn't fall back on my comfort of eating to deal with it. So I was really proud of myself for that. I did drink. I had a whole bottle of wine yesterday. But hey, I was home. So, and then I went to bed. But that was over like 2 or 3 hours that I had that bottle of wine. So anyway, then I went to bed. But I was just really down. I'm feeling a little bit better about it today. I'm on my way to work again as usual. I'm feeling a little bit better, a little more optimistic that maybe somehow we can pull this out and still get it done on time. I prayed about it. I'm not going to worry about it anymore. It's in the Lord's hands. If He wants me to have this surgery, then He'll make a way for me to have this surgery when He wants me to have it. So I'm not going to stress about it anymore. I'm going to continue on as usual, as if I'm still on track to have my surgery on August 22nd. So I gave up my sweets, no more sweets as of midnight last night. So no more sweets. I'm going to cut out probably my carbonated beverages like I do. I drink Coke Zero. That doesn't have any sugar in it. So, but I'm drinking one now. It's just whatever. But I'm gonna cut those out probably next week, probably by the 1st, and then that'll give me another week before I have to start my liquid diet. So I'm doing everything as status quo, as if I'm still going to start my liquid diet on August 8th for my surgery on August 22nd, unless something changes and I hear differently. That's what I'm still shooting for. I'm still meal prepping. I packed all my food for today. I'm still, doing my portion controls. So I'm still going to keep going on because I know at the end of the day, everything is going to work itself out, and I will continue on this weight loss journey to get healthier. I've been off. I've been off for like 4 days. I was in a lot of pain. I think I told you guys in my previous video that I did that 5K on Saturday. And I said I was gonna, and I made it through. I did make it through. I knew it was gonna be difficult the next few days after, but when I tell you I am still in pain, and when I say that I'm in pain, if I say I'm in pain, it's a lot different than probably most people, because I'm always in pain. Always. I hurt every day. But it was to the point that I couldn't work Sunday and I couldn't work Monday. I just couldn't do it. My legs were just it was like my leg just felt like it was just not going to work. I was in so much pain. It hurt to move. It hurt to do anything. And I do sit down at my job, but I do have to get up. Whatever. I have to walk from the garage to my office. It's just a lot. So I know a lot of people are like, well, you can still go to work. You're just going to sit down all day. No, that's not true. And sitting down is not the best thing either when you have back problems and knee problems like I have. So I couldn't do it. Sunday was really, really bad. But Monday was even worse. Today is actually pretty bad. today is almost as bad as it was on Sunday. And I have a feeling it's probably going to be worse by the time I get off. But I got to come back into work. I got to save some time. I got to save my time for when I go out for my actual surgery. So I'm just going to have to press through today and see what I can do. But I'm just so ready. So ready to have this surgery because I'm so tired of being in pain all the time. And I know people look at me and they're like, you're not even that big, you don't need the surgery. But I am. I might not look big, and I thank God for giving me the body that He gave me, because I don't look as big as I am. I'm bigger, or I'm heavier than most people that I know. And a lot of people look like they weigh more than me, but I'm heavier than them. But I'm thankful that I guess you could say I'm a solid. I carry my weight solidly, pretty well proportioned, but I'm very heavy. And it's a lot of strain on my back. It's a lot of strain on my knees. It's a lot of strain on my hips. My hips are really starting to kind of give out. I already know I have 2 bad knees. I need both my knees replaced. But I'm starting to have a lot of more problems with my hips, and I don't want to. I'm only 44. I don't want to have my hip replacement at 44. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. I'm just tired of being in pain. I want to be able to, I'm young. I want to be able to live my life. I want to be able to travel. I want to be able to go to an amusement park if I want to go to an amusement park and walk around and not have to be down for 2 days because I went to an amusement park. And that's essentially what my life is right now, is I have to decide, I have to gauge when I want to do something. Okay, if you do this, that you're going to be down for 2 or 3 days. If you do this, that you're going to be down for a week. It's just, I hate having to plan things like that. I hate having to plan my life around whether or not I'll be able to walk in a few days. You know what I mean? So it's stressful. It's just really stressful. It's tiring. I don't get to enjoy my life like I want to with my husband, with my kids, with my family. We just can't. It's really sad when your kids can look at you and be like, well, are you okay? It's sad. Like, I went and helped out at my younger son's camp yesterday. I was only there for like an hour and a half, but I was still in a lot of pain. So when he saw me, he was just looking at me. He's like, "Are you okay? You sure you're all right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine." He knows I'm in pain because I'm always in pain, but you have to kind of push that aside just to get through. And that's what I do. I just kind of push it aside, try to push it out of my mind, and do what I have to do. And then, occasionally it just gets to a point where I can't push it aside. And that's where I was for the last several days. It was just so, but I'm back. Business as usual. You're going to keep pushing forward, and do what I have to do. Hopefully everything will get worked out with the insurance company and the surgery center, and we can still get this taken care of on August 22nd, if not earlier. But I'm still hopeful. I'm still excited. I'm anxious. I'm nervous. I did go to a support group Tuesday night at my surgery center, which was really good. This was the first one I went to since the initial one that I went to, and I met some ladies in there, and they already had their surgeries, and they were very helpful. It was the topic was stress management on this particular group, and I really needed it. It was really weird that I just happened to pick that one or sign up for that one, and everything that's been going on this week, so it kind of came in right on time. But it was just trying to give us different ways to cope with stress, to not fall back into our old habits of eating for comfort, and not developing any bad habits, any new bad habits to deal with stress. So it was really good. The ladies were really sweet. They all had good information and good tips for me as far as immediately following surgery and beyond. I think one lady was 7 months out. One of the other ladies was almost 3 years out, and the other one was in between the two. So it was really good to get a good perspective on different stages in their recovery and life after VSG. So it was a really good group, and I liked that it was small because they were able to give me a lot of good information, and it didn't, deter from the actual group meeting. So that worked out. It was with the therapist. She was the moderator of it. So it was a really good meeting. They did advise me that they are of how much help or importance it is to continue to go to the support groups after the surgery. So I'm definitely going to try to do that. It's usually only about once a month. There are meetings probably once every week, but you're only required to go to one a week, or one a month. I'm sorry. I think for the first year after surgery, but they do offer meetings several times a month. So I'm gonna try to at least go to one meeting a month, maybe even more right now, because I think there's another one next week that I'm gonna try to go to. I think it's next week. But it was just good to be around people who could truly understand what I was going through and what I have to look forward to. It was good. Good information. Good to be around people who have experienced it. So I think that was a really good thing. That's pretty much all I have right now. I think this is probably more of a vent than an update. But I just really needed to get off my chest and let you guys know where I was right now, where my head is right now. But like I said, I'm back in the game. We're going to keep pushing forward. Everything's going to work itself out. And we're still going to be on track for August 22nd. So if you have any questions or any advice for me about preparing myself in these last, I have about, what's today? Today is the 25th. So I have less than 30 days right now until my surgery date right now. So if you have any advice for me in these last few days, last few weeks, I would really appreciate it. Just let me know what you guys, some of the things you guys experienced, you went through, how you overcame them or how you got through it. Any words of encouragement, whatever you have, I'm really open for it. Anything right now. If you have any questions on anything that I'm doing or how I'm preparing myself, just leave them down below and I will respond as soon as I can. All right, you guys, I hope you have a good day. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.